spark of creation. At this moment in time, it's about remembering who we are, the purest state of who we are. We're being bombarded with information of who we're not and what we're not. And for me, the key of success, the key of separation, the key of being yourself, of stepping out of what's in the way of yourself, is remembering yourself. So in this webinar, I was guided to really bring in and to connect to our ancestors going back 2000 BC, 1500, 2000 BC, where the feminine and the masculine were completely in harmony and honored as creators, that the spark of creation is within the divine feminine, divine masculine, and to remember that. So I've been working very much with my own far ancestors to bring them forward this information, also from past lives, so we can deprogram, declutter who we thought we were or programmed to think we are or what we need in life, to go back to the purest essence of who we are and to clear out all the manipulation and any shadow aspects of ourselves, because we're in the way of ourselves with these programs. And that came in through the ancestral line. So I invite you really to call in your far ancestors from when there was no programming about separation, when there was no programming of war, where feminine, the goddesses were honored, the divine feminine was honored, divine masculine was honored, and to ask them to work up to now to bring in those frequencies. And in the webinar was your initiation of you with that level of consciousness. So we're going to deprogram the system, declutter the system, and then initiate you back to who you are. So you're free of separation and free of any negative programming which doesn't belong to your system or is not creation. And we'll be activating the womb into creation again, sperm into full creation. We've forgotten a lot of this. So it's really about remembering who you are and remember those divine frequencies of yourself, and to clear whatever's in the way of yourself, remembering yourself. So I'm really looking forward to bringing in this webinar. And all these webinars are building their stepping stones on each other. And after we did the umbilical cord and placenta, as we have a deeper connection with the ancestors as creators, now we can access the distant ancestors and call them up to help us. All the ancestors are there now to help us. So we really set the intention that our far ancestors who had no programming of war, no religious programming, pure direct connection with creation, call them up to deprogram your system and to remember, to help you remember who you are and how to connect to creation as a manifester, as a pure divine being, spirit living here on this planet, with everything in harmony and balance, without war, without separation, without these manipulating shadow aspects and where we lost our will in the way of ourselves. So I'm looking forward to holding space for you to bring this in over the weekend, and we'll go back to a pure state of ourselves and remember who we are. It's almost that simple. It's about going back to ourselves on the purest level without programming of separation, because the rest is all separation. There's so much information that is not creation in the field, and which we, have been thinking it is creation, and it's not. So for me, it's about going back to the pure state of self, and I'm getting this information from our far ancestors who didn't have that manipulation. It's almost like, going back to the purest seeds of the plants before they were genetically modified. So we're going back to the purest state of ourselves before we were modified, and using that seed and that reflection as a mirror to remember yourself. So we've pure blueprints to honor ourselves and deprogramming ourselves. So this is what we're working with over the weekend. So I'm looking forward to going to this pure state and to allow my ancestors, our ancestors, to deprogram ourselves and then to initiate. You will feel the initiation very strong. I had this yesterday with the ancestors, that they initiated me from behind of their frequencies, and I could really feel it activating within me and a deeper sense of myself came back. So I'm going to be bringing this initiation in, new frequencies, new codes, and it will help you remember yourself on the purest form and deprogram the clutter and sabotage, which is getting in the way of your own success, your own health, your own state of being. So I look forward to seeing you at the webinar over the weekend. And yeah, have a beautiful, beautiful day. Sending you love. And thank you for all the support over the years.